Morning guys, it's currently 5:30 in the morning. I'm currently on the way to pick up Dan from his place of living. This is the start of the Nottingham Games Market adventure. We're going to PS too many games.
He has too many games.
Organised. Pixel bug. Someone already walked out of 5 minutes. Not impressed. Look at all the Atari. Oh, there's a lot of room here, dude.
Oh, this looks nice.
There's a lot of room.
Awesome. Anyway.
Oh, the room is amazing.
For now, we're literally
Yeah, I think we can. Yeah, I think it's safe to film. Oh, good lord.
you're at the motor.
Dude. This is the, yeah. We might be here longer than usual. This is the biggest one I've been to. Oh yeah. Whew. Everyone's gone straight to the front, like the first ones, and there's like no one at the back. So I'm gonna try my luck and see if I can find some rare stuff at the back here. But probably not. I'm not that lucky. This place is absolutely the biggest space I've ever been in for a game market. This is like 5 times the size of any London game market. This space is phenomenal. And it's going to take us literally a couple of hours to get around every... This is the biggest game market I've ever been to. And it's awesome. So, yeah, this could take a while. And I'm going to miss a few games, but I don't care. As long as I get stuff that I want, I'll be very, very happy. It's still piling in. 3, 2, 1. Stop putting me off. Oh, I'm going to keep this in.
That's the point of being tired now, and it's all just gone stupid.
Right, yeah, you're not wrong. Right, as you can clearly see, we're out. Did shockingly well. So did this man behind here, who's trying to destroy my career. I have no career. That's a joke. Anyway, we're now going to head to one of 3 CXs, probably all 3 of them. But we need to get out the hardest part, the car park. Oh no! So. What we're going to do, I'm going to throw in an ad break right now. We're going to transport back to the games room for 15 games. This could be quite a long episode. See you on the other side. So we're back in the games room. Before we go any further, let's just go through a few things. First of all, thank you to my 2 friends, Kurt and Tyson, who basically gave us early access tickets on the last moment. It might not sound like much, but that actually made a humongous difference to what I bought. To be honest, a lot of these games probably would have been there. But I always had the feeling that they kind of would have been there. Might sound stupid. Also, the queue at 12 o'clock was fucking huge. So we dodged that bullet. But before we go any further, this is by far, for me personally, it feels like it's the biggest game market we've been to. Like, space-wise. It really is. Dan says Doncaster. No, I think Doncaster was more enclosed. I think this is the biggest one. Space-wise, I could be wrong. But one of my favourite markets I've been to, would happily go back there again. Also, met a few of my fellow YouTubers. Met Goldtooth, I had met him before. I've spoken to him before on a video call. Very nice man, very funny man. But the problem is, I noticed things. All I heard in the background was ah, just the Goldtooth call. It's like, oh god. No, but he made me laugh somewhere on. Thank you, sir. Also, finally got to meet Retro Ghetto. Pleasure meeting you, my friend. He did reasonably well. You'll see what he got, but it's nice to meet your fellow YouTubers that you're in like Discords with. It's pretty cool. Obviously, Dan. Obviously, you met some people you knew too, but basically speaking, this, considering where we are right now, it's a little more like 1650. So I'm going to do a recount very soon. But considering where we are now, to find 15 games I don't own is incredibly impressive. To put it in context, in any CEX, you're lucky to find any more than 4 or 5 at the moment. To find 15 at game market proves one point to me, and I mentioned to Dan, basically when we go on road trips to gamer markets from now on, I'm probably going to put nearly all my budget into the gamer market. So truth be told, the plan was gamer market, then a couple of CXs afterwards, just for a bit of difference. But I probably went 50-50 on the budgets for both. I'm probably going to go like 90-10 in the future, because gamer markets really is where I will find a lot of stuff I don't own. And to be brutally honest, if I had like $1,000 to spend, I would have spent $1,000 there. There were so many rare games I did not own, and expensive games that I still don't own. I went for like quality over quality. By that I mean went for games that aren't horrifically expensive. Some of them actually reasonably expensive, but I went for obscure. So a lot of these games are games I have not seen before, and I have not even heard of some of these games. And the way it happens now is, if in a game market, if I see a game I've never seen or read before on the side, I buy it immediately, because if I don't recognise it, I don't have it. We've got to that point. And hilariously, I only bought for 2 trailers, by the way. I could have bought for more, but the trader from Oxford Game Market, the man I bought a lot of shovelware from, he was also there, and I bought 11 of the 15 games from him. And he was the man that I told him in the past. I told you he used to have 1900 PS2 games. He got to that point and he gave up because he couldn't find any more. And he was actively going down the list of games that he had in his boxes and saying, do you have this, do you have that? Because he knows the struggle. And he knows, and it's like, sir, you know my pain, thank you very much. And a lot of these games, I knew some of them, but some of them I've not even heard of. So, very happy to get these games. And a couple of these games I did pay about £2 or £3 more each. I don't mind that. For like £2 or £3 or £5 extra above, I really don't care, because if I don't have it at this point, I will pay a little more than I have to. It's when you get an expensive game and you pay like £20 or £30 above the price. No. That isn't going to happen. I'm not tight-fisted, but I will not be ripped off beyond belief. Yeah. Also at this gaming market, and you saw I tried to get as much video of the surroundings as I can. The amount of different traders was pretty good. This is probably the first gaming market I didn't buy anything from Doorway to Darkness, because I went there later on, and there wasn't anything that screamed at me, "Buy me!" Sorry for the audio spike on that one. But, yeah. But as I said earlier, if I had a lot more to throw money-wise, I could have bought a lot more. Also, for those who watched the random vlog I posted on Monday, that was not planned at all. That was literally... me and Dan decided to start randomly recording. Obviously, I couldn't touch a phone while driving the car, so Dan just said that, press the button, and that was a really random 50-minute conversation, and and none of that was put on. That's the kind of conversations we generally have on road trips. So to summarise, Lincolnshire kind of boring. Mario Party ends friendships, and I can pretty much name most of Donkey Kong's friends. Some of the random stuff we talked about. If you haven't watched it, give it a watch. It is 50 minutes long. You ain't got to watch it all. As mentioned, there were some rare games, like we're talking about £100 upward games there. Variety-wise of like different games, rarities, it was by far the most diverse PS2 range I've seen at a game market.
That's good.
Problem with this is probably the smallest budget I've taken to a game market.
That's bad.
Oh god. So, ups and downs, but on a personal level, I was elated coming away from that game market, what we had. And there were more games bought as CXs, you'll find in the future. But all in all, on the day, 23 games were bought. Amazing. So anyway, we're now going to go through these one by one. This might be a reasonably long episode, because 15 games to go through might take a while. My only pet peeve is that I couldn't find any PS2 controllers of we're talking about the fancy ones, not the common ones. They are incredibly hard to find. We're talking about the red one, the blue one, the green one, the yellow one. Hard to find. I might have to roulette them. I don't want to roulette them because it feels a bit weak. But I might have to. And they're like, I think they're like between 20 and £30 each, which is going to be a bit like, it's like I'm going to have to get them. But I can't seem to get any luck in the wild with the controllers. It's like stubbing your toe. It's mildly annoying, but I will find you, and I will buy you. And that went a bit taken.
I will look for you. I will find you.
Also, I didn't see much in the way of PS2 accessories. Nothing like that. So we probably maybe I'm asking too much. But anyway, that was the last game market of my year. And I think the last of Dan's. Me and Dan have agreed to do one more road trip before Christmas of a place we want to go for some time, and that is nailed down. So the only other market I might attend if I had time and money would be a market that one of my friends is setting up. It's back in Nottingham again. I can't remember what it's called, but that would be the only one I would attempt to attend if I get the days off. But we shall see what happens, because once again, money is going to be really interesting in the next 2 months. Fucking Christmas. I love Christmas. Christmas is a good time of year. It really is. And we shall enjoy it together.
Is that a threat, you?
Right, so we're going to go through these games in no particular order, because some of these games I've never heard of. Some of these games I have heard of and actually finally happy to get them, but in no particular order. And you're going to see some interestingly, you're going to see some games where you're going to go, what the hell is that? Because there is some shovelware in here. I'm assuming there's shovelware, but some of these games might be actually good. There's also some Phoenix games in there. And as we know, Phoenix are interesting games. Also, one more note before I forget. Game of Rarities, Dan the Dude, basically told me about an eBay seller who sells reasonably rare games, PS2 games. Not so much expensive rare, like region rare, that kind of stuff. So I will be doing a little more eBaying from now on from that website, from his own eBay, because they're not expensive rares, but they're games that are hard to find. And to be honest, I don't mind paying, once again, about £2 or £3 more than they would pay at CX to get some of these games, because they're rare as rock and horse shit. I don't know what that phrase means, but I've heard my father use it a couple of times. If anyone can explain to me what rare as rockin' horse shit means, please explain, because it's one of those things where it's like, unless it actually means having a rock in horse's shit, which is weird.
The hell is that?
So we're just gonna go through one by one. Game number 1, Fruit Fall. So to put it in context, this is one of those games I've never heard before. Obviously, they all came in sleeves, so I had to open the sleeves to find out they've got discs. And disc and manual, which is always a good start. I have literally no knowledge of Fruit Fall. Disc in very reasonably good condition. So I'm just going to read the back of the case and I'm going to try and work it out together. Fruit Fall is a puzzle game that will send you bananas. Okay, it's a puzzle game and that's a terrible pun. Your mission is to make the fruit vanish. You control mazes full of fruit and you... this is terrible English, by the way. You control mazes full of fruit, there's no comma, and as you rotate them, the fruit will fall down. Yeah, there should be some more punctuality in there. When you match fruits up, they will vanish. So this is just your basic puzzle game. Okay. It might be worth a try. I mean, this actually would cost you £10 at CEX, so... 75 levels. Okay, so this is just a basic puzzle game. This actually might be a decent game. So this will got to get a pass. Game number 1. Game number 2 might be familiar to some of you, because I know this existed. Jetix Puzzle Buzzle. What the fuck is a buzzle? But for those who don't remember, Jetix was the name that Fox Kids turned into. So they used to be also the channel Fox Kids for the young people. And then in his later life, it turned to Jetix. So basically, the same channel that you saw Digimon on. Some Power Rangers, so those cartoons. So this is basically a kids game. Once again, obviously it's a puzzle game, but it is a blast game, which means it's probably going to be shit. For those who don't understand, Blast usually made all kinds of children's games, and they're famous because the back of their cases are always bright yellow and red writing. So they really went shit on that one. And there's not one good Blast game I've played yet, but some of them are the rarest games you will find. It took me ages to find Postman Pad. For those who remember, that was a ball ache. Manual and game, so 2 for 2 on manuals. Just looks pretty decent. Build a high tower from falling pieces of all shapes and sizes before the rising water below destroys your progress in this fun and frantic puzzle game. So we're 2 for 2 for puzzle games. Okay, that sounds like it could be quite decent too. But remember, it's a blast game, so it's probably going to be shit. In all seriousness, I haven't played every blast game, so if someone can tell me a reasonably good blast game, I will try it. I hope there is at least one. They must have sold at least 10 copies of that. Game number 3, Noble Racing. Now, for those of you who know what Nobles are reasonably fast cars. Interesting of note though, this game I believe was released before Nobles actually got mildly popular because of Top Gear. 2005. So yes, this probably would have been released before Nobles started appearing on Top Gear and they became widely known. For those who don't understand, Nobles are British supercars. You don't see many Nobles. Apparently they're built quite well, and I think it's in like a shed in Leicestershire. Like a very small factory in Leicestershire build these Nobles. And they are terribly expensive. So this is just your basic racing game. Haven't tried it. Made by Midas, so this could go one of 2 ways. Once again, Noble Automotive Limited is one of the most exciting car manufacturers in the world today. That's actually kind of true. Famous for what? Oh. Because they couldn't get the words, they split the word in half, so okay. Famous for producing some of the most extreme sports cars on the planet. That is subjective. Now you get the chance behind the wheel of some of the greatest creations in Noble Racing. Okay, once again, this could be a decent game. I could be wrong. It only costs you 2 to 3 quid at CEX, so it can't be that exciting. The cheapest game so far at the 3 of them, so... but I have got a proficiency for racing games, so I will try it. And we shall see how it goes. But it's a Midas game. So, maybe not. Game number 4. We're getting some shovelware in now, lads. We're getting Kart Racer. Made by Nordic Games. I can't remember if I had a Nordic game before. I probably have, but this feels shovelware. But this is actually one of the more expensive games. I think it's like cost you like £10 plus at CEX. I could be utterly wrong. Manual and disc, so awesome. I mean, Nordic Games just splicing it everywhere. They were very happy to make this. Now, to tell the truth, there were some decent kart racing games on the PS1. I played them. This is immaculate, by the way. So I will actually try this. I mean, there should be nothing special about this. I mean, it's literally got what it says on the tin. Okay, low down and dangerous. Feel the speed as you race into some of the fastest karts and most challenging courses from around the world. This is where your F1 stars of tomorrow are born. That is actually true. A lot of F1 drivers get their start in kart racing when they're like 8 to 10 years old. Lewis Hamilton got his start in kart racing, and he went on to be, I think, 7 to 8 time world F1 champion, and also, depending whether you like him or hate him, an egomaniac. Seriously, the ego on Lewis Hamilton is massive. I've got nothing personally against him, but I would understand if people hate him. I would. I don't hate anything. I can't hate everything, but there are some people who dislike Lewis Hamilton intensely, and I can understand that. But I like it. But anyway, kart racer, I'm sure it's a decent game. Moving on. Game number 5, Extreme Speed. It is a Phoenix game, so this could potentially be awful. £6 pay for this. I think I paid a little above what I should, but I don't care. Bear me a second. Just going to put it down. Yep, manual one and disc. You can always tell how bad of a disc it is when most of the disc is like the outer. They couldn't fill all the colour of the disc. So I'm assuming by Extreme Speed this is a racing game with high speeds. I could be wrong. Read the back once again. It's time to take to the war. Oh, good lord. Remix! It's time to take to the road again for another great racing challenge. That's debatable. Feel the high-speed adrenaline rush in GT Team Rally. Take control of the wheel in Classic Car Challenge and push your speed to the limit. This sounds shit. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm going to try it, but it's not giving me that feeling of, let's play this. It's giving me that feeling of, why did I buy this? You know, to be honest, in the last 6 months, some of the games I've bought, I have felt shame. Deep, deep shame. For instance, I've still got quite a lot of the Barbie games to buy, and I refuse to buy them in public. That's going to have to be an eBay thing. But even on eBay, I'm struggling to hit that buy button. Because I'm just sad that I had to do that. To be honest, I probably should have done now, because they're probably all going to up in price as the Barbie film, so I will have to take that plunge one day. But I suppose it can't be any worse than Germany's Next Top Model. That was pretty cringe. Game number 6, London Cab Challenge. Let's keep the Phoenix games rolling. This would cost you like 12 quid from CEX, so this can't be that bad. But then again, this is a Cab Challenge London. The infamous Phoenix disc, and manual of course. This is the last London game. There's so many like different London games. Once again, from the back of the cover. Welcome to the London Cab Challenge, a London taxi driver simulation game. To be honest, this might sound incredibly sad. Obviously, Crazy Taxi, good game. But taxi simulation games, if not ridiculous, can be quite fun. I mean, Simpsons Road Rage, which is basically this Crazy Taxi ripoff, was quite fun. So this potentially could be fun. Here you will have to work on your driving skills, upgrade your vehicle. Okay, and climb higher in the rankings. The fact you can upgrade the vehicle actually makes this more interesting. I don't think you can upgrade vehicles in The Simpsons. The more experienced you are, the more sophisticated tasks you get, but rewards will be higher, just as in real life. That is factually correct, to be honest. Enjoy this fun and action-filled blockbuster. I'm going to try this. I mean, the back has talked me into this. Good job, Phoenix.
Job, guys.
Game number 7, Pride Fighting Championships. Now, for those who know what Pride is, just think like UFC, basically beat the piss out of each other. Obviously on the back there, famously Ken Shamrock, former UFC champion and WWE wrestler. Don't fuck with Ken Shamrock, he will fucking annihilate you. Seriously. So, the only problem is with Pride is, it's got nothing to do with Pride. Disc and, ooh, I've had this before, the infamous Gringer Games sticker in the middle to get off a disc. Oh, I've got to get that off. Oh, that's cringe. That's cringe. The disc is not brilliant either, but it's still probably going to play. But anyway, this is made by THQ, the same people who made a lot of wrestling games. The sad truth is about Pride is the most famous Pride fact I know. It's got nothing to do with actually Pride itself. Hulk Hogan, notoriously famous liar, once stated that he tried to join Pride in the early 90s. Problem with that is Pride never started until I think 1997. So I remember every time I think Pride, I just think Hulk Hogan lies. I've got to go through a whole list of Hulk Hogan lies. This is like 20 to 30, and they can all be proved to be lies. It's disgusting how many lies that man's told, and how to this day he refuses to admit he's full of shit. He doesn't watch this. He ain't gonna sue me.
Do I like Hulk Hogan? No, I don't. I think he's a phony piece of shit.
You wait, you just see that Hulk Hogan lawsuit coming. No, he's not gonna sue me. He knows I'm just doing it for funsies. Don't sue me, Hulk Hogan. Don't sue me, brother. Game number 8. So I'm actually starting to get a bit mentally tired for this. I'm not used to going past 7 these days. Popstar Academy. Now we're talking real shit. To be honest, this game I probably paid well above the odds for. I've probably paid maybe £5 more than I should, I'll be honest. But once again, by the way, everything included. Once again, with some of these games, if I'm going to buy shovelware from the same man who knows about my collection, probably best to buy it from him, because he knows I'm buying these just for the collecting purposes. Okay, for those who don't understand, Popstar Academy, this is by far the most detailed back cover we've seen today. Do you have what it takes to become a pop star? No. This is your chance to participate in the Ultimate TV contest. No thank you. Join the Academy, train, compete against other candidates and face the public vote. No, I don't want to go in the public vote. Because I'm going to lose. No, in all seriousness, apparently this is a dance to 14 hit songs, including such iconic singers like Sophie Ellis-Bextor, who had like 2 hits, Christina Milan, I think had 1, Miss Dynamite, which I think had 2 hits, including her own song, Miss Dynamite. I'm gonna splice that shit in. Good lord. Texas, underrated group, to be honest. Texas, they never got their chance. Lionel Richie, what a feeling. Donna Summer, and the man who didn't give a fuck, Daniel Benefield. Honestly, Daniel Benefield had the #1 hits, and he went live on back in the day on Top of the Pops. He was live, and he was actually not faking singing. He was singing for real, and singing live. He was fucking awful. It was painful hearing him sing live. It's like, yeah. Anyway, I'm not one of the judges. They got #1 signals. Anyway, Popstar Academy. I'm ashamed to have it, but I'm happy to get it for the collection. These are all true facts. Okay, back on track. Game number 9. A game that's actually taken longer than it should have taken to get. Zapper, One Wicked Cricket. This is one of the most common Z games, and it's taken me this long to get it. Made by Blitz, by the way. By the way, I actually like that kind of back. That's quite good. Thank God, manual, and very good. Once again from the back. No one enjoys the quiet life more than Zapper, but when there is a job to be done, he's ready to answer the call. This cricket is armed with electric antennae to zap opponents. His antennas are electrocuted. So this is basically the Raiden of the cricket world. Join Zapper for his adventure of his life. Watch out, this is a One Wicked Cricket. I will try this because it's one of those cheaty games where it probably is actually a decent game. But I'm going to try it, actually. That gets a pass. These games are getting too good. We need to get some real shit in. Ultimate board game collection for the 10th game on the list. Good lord. While there's, once again, random board games that are made for the PS2. There are like dozens of these bloody games. They're all different. They're all easily games to make. All cheap knockoffs. This one comes with 20 games, including chess, checkers, Amiga, backgammon, snakes and ladders, battleships, dice, dominoes, go, Chinese checkers, cubes, mahjong, solitaire, 3D tic-tac-toe, and of course, jigsaws. Fucking jigsaws in a game. Moving on. Fuck it. Don't care. Game number 11, and a game that could be shovelware or actually a decent game. I never knew this game existed. Mouse Trophy. What the fuck is Mouse Trophy, you're thinking? Okay. First of all, disc and manual. I didn't give a fuck about disc and manual on this. I'm probably going to burn it. It's always you always worry when it's 4 different languages in the back here. But here we go. Take part in the Mouse Trophy Championship and become the top rodent trainer in the world. So it sounds like you're teaching your pet rodent to go through mazes. That is an incredible idea for a game. I must be honest. Yeah. I'm going to play this. It's such a ridiculous concept. It gets a pass. Okay, game number 11. We're getting there. We're getting there. Mountain Bike Adrenaline. Featuring Solomon. Who the fuck is Solomon? Please tell me. But actually, this is a reasonably expensive game. You're paying like 10 to 15 quid from CX for this. I'm not joking. Okay, thank God. That seemed a bit light, but actually, it's all there. Good lord. Discs, pretty good. Okay. This just seems like a 3D mountain game. I'm not even reading the back of this one. This seems like all the other ones. It's probably actually quite a good game, to be honest. Probably is. But I just don't care. It's here for the collection, that's it. We've got 3 games left. 3 games. Stay with me, people. Now, in all seriousness, I bought 4 games from a different stand. This stand I bought in Doncaster and Leeds, they've always had good PS2 games. And the 4 I bought from the other stand are actually what we'd call better quality. So these last 3 games are actually games that a lot of you potentially probably do have. The cheap one first, Marvel Superhero Squad. This is the last Marvel game I need for PS2, and it's shocking how hard it has to find this. I think you're paying like £5 at the CEX, but there are multiple copies at this. There were multiple copies of this at the market, so I'm sure I ain't got it before. But the background's got something like good luck. You can tell my brain's dying, can't you? The background's got a very comic vibe, so to be honest, I don't know what it's about, but it's got to be something like team up, so it gets a free pass. It's probably a good game. Please tell me if it isn't. Purely got that for the collection. Said that a lot today, haven't I? Now, the next game was the most expensive game for the market. Only £22, which doesn't sound expensive, but considering it's retro, a little bit expensive. I mean, I could have gone in and bought like a £100 game and come back with like 3 or 4 games, but it's like, no, I went with this strategy and I think it paid off more. But Beatdown Fist of Vengeance is a Capcom game I have been looking for some time. £22 pay, which is like £2 more on CX. It doesn't really make a big difference. But this is a game I will play. Oh, good lord, the manual is sealed. They actually bagged the manual. Why would you bag a manual unless it's broken? No, I'll check it later. Probably just good quality. Just good quality. The disc has seen a little better days, but I think it's going to be able to play. So, but yeah, Capcom game, Beatdown, Fist of Vengeance. I've been told good things. I've been told bad things, but I should try this. Capcom games generally tend to be good games, and I hope that is the case. And I'm actually shocked I haven't got that yet, because that would have been prime candidate for like CX roulettes, but I never got there. Oh, before we go any further, I will be doing quite a few CX roulettes in the next month and a half, because we're now got to that point with CX itself where the roulettes probably are more apropos than actually visiting CXs, because I'm guaranteed to get that stuff I need. Yeah. But I'm actually happy to have that game. Very happy. And the last game, game number 15, is a game that I'm actually shocked that I haven't had yet, because the franchise is actually quite adorable. The franchise, I believe, is still going strong today. I did actually, before I started collecting the PS2, I had no idea there was a game on the PS2 for this. But I'm actually genuinely happy to finally have Harvest Moon in the collection. Now, for those who don't know who Harvest Moon is, it is a very adorable lifetime game where you like farm and you do. It is one of those games where you could potentially waste quite a few hours just like doing mundane tasks. And the white cover alone is just adorable. I'm stunned I never found this before at CEX. I really am, but I'm very happy to have this. The back cover, by the way, adorable. Just adorable. Here's literally what it says. A lifetime of farming takes a new meaning in Harvest Moon, a wonderful life special edition. I think special edition probably means PS2 edition, which usually means it's the shit version. We'll find out. Besides planting crops, raising animals and rebuilding your father's farm, You make friends in Forget-Me-Not Valley. Forget-Me-Not Valley. And your future bride, and hopefully cultivate a happy family. I mean, it's adorable. It sounds so nice. But yes, game number 15. So, oh, please don't drop any of these. 15 games from the game market. Ecstatic. Very good day. So, from now on, when we do Gamer Markets, Dan, I've told Dan I'm going all in on Gamer Markets. Unless there's something at CX I actually definitely need. It's going to be all in. So I'm probably going to set aside more money for Gamer Markets than I have in the past. So, yeah, because Gamer Markets seem to be the place for me to get what I need. And maybe more. Me and Dan had a conversation, by the way, because he said if you actually complete your objective, which is a massive if, by the way, what will you do next? And it's like, to be honest, it will be between one of two consoles. Nintendo 64, because for some reason, I love the colours in N64, and to be honest, there's only like 420 games with N64. It's not as hard. This is harder than N64. That is absolutely true. Or I would go. This probably won't be happening. Wii, because Wii is just as shovelware as PS2 was. But I don't. One of my good friends of the channel. That's Wii collection, so it probably would be N64. But that would be. It's going to take me at least another 2 to 3 years to even get close to this. And someone asked, what actually counts as a full collection? That is a generally good question. So there is no actual definitive number of a full complete power section. I've had lists as low as 2240 and some as high as 24 to 2500 games. It depends what you call as different, because some people do not call the collector's editions as different games, like it's just the same game. So I will be trying to get like collector's editions too, so we're probably looking at 24, 2500. When I actually get to 2400 games, and when my list actually gets to the point where there's like little to nothing left there apart from the really expensive rare stuff, that is when I will probably move over to N64. But that is a long time away. We're talking 2 to 3 years away. Problem with that is, how the hell do I keep the name PS Too Many Games if I do N64? You know what I mean? But obviously that's a future me issue. That's a future me problem. I don't know why, and there's been a lot of dislike for the N64 the last 3 or 4 years. I don't understand why. Yes, it wasn't perfect, but the different colour versions, the different games, I think N64 was very much underrated. It is what it was, and some of the best games ever released were on the N64. Ocarina of Time, Mario 64, literally. Super Mario 64 is what defined 3D platformers. It hit the mark. And to this day, a lot of people still say Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is the best Zelda ever. And so other good N64 games for limited. There's something cool about collecting carts too. But anyway, that's a future problem. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Anyway, 15 games. Very happy this game market was probably the best one I've been to yet. Thank you for watching, guys. Please comment and subscribe. There will be a CX roulette coming out this Sunday, as long as the recording goes well. There is a CX episode coming out next week. That will be the 2 Nottingham CXs we hit, and a few CXs coming up. And I really am going to do another update on the CX prices, because I think they're now starting to hurt themselves. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Have a good rest of the day. Bye.